Have you ever had that moment where you think, I don't know how to do this thing, but it seems like such a simple thing to do. It's too embarrassing to ask. And then you think, am I the only one who doesn't know how to do this? Surely other people might be on the same boat. I have these moments sometimes. Okay, all the time. Luckily with the internet we can ask these really simple questions without feeling too embarrassed. G'day, it's Kim, and today I'd like to answer simple questions that people using Canva ask a lot. As a graphic designer, I use Adobe and Canva quite a lot, so I take all the basics for granted. I forget that those who are beginners or who only use these programs occasionally might not know their way around as well as I do. I'm a beginner in a lot of things, and I'm appreciative of the patience others have while I'm still learning. So I do my best to get over that embarrassing feeling of asking supposedly simple questions. Or I could just be projecting my own insecurities. Either way, let's answer those top questions people have about Canva. Before I get started, there are a lot of really good Canva tutorials on YouTube already. They're easy to follow and quite helpful. Canva also has its own design school with a bunch of cool tutorials for beginners to advanced users. Okay, so number one. How to copy and paste. Sounds simple enough, but you'll get why people ask this in a moment. Let's use some keyboard shortcuts. Command is for Macs and Control is for PCs. For example, to copy something, I would use Command C for Mac and Control C for PC. Command V is to paste. Command A is to select all elements. The trouble with Canva is that sometimes you can't copy everything all at once. Mainly what that means is that you can copy the elements, but you can't copy the background. To copy everything on a page, you'll need to copy all, Command A, Command C for Mac, and paste what's been selected into where you want it, Command V. If this is to a new page within the Canva file or a new file altogether, it should paste the elements in place. Next, you'll need to select the background by clicking on it. Here you can use the right click and copy. You can then paste the background to the page you want. If you're wanting to copy a whole page within the file itself, you can use the duplicate button. This copies the whole page including all the elements and the background. Say you need to copy more than one page of a file that's got multiple pages. It might be easier to duplicate the whole file. Click on File, Make a Copy. This will open up a new duplicate file, and you can change the file name to make sure you know which version is which. From there you can tweak, edit, delete as needed. Number two, how to resize. The top question is actually how to change your design from portrait to landscape. There's a simple answer to this one, but there's also a gap that I think most tutorials don't really cover. So the simple answer is the resize function. This is a Canva Pro function that does make life easier because it means you can quickly create different versions of your design. Like turning an Instagram post into a LinkedIn feature or an email header. The big gap here is what happens when Canva resizes your design. Everything is on there, but it might not necessarily configure the elements of your design to look good or make sense. This is where a bit of design knowledge might come in handy. As a graphic designer, my job usually involves problem solving this very issue. That means rearranging the elements, sometimes removing or adding elements, sometimes changing the design completely so that it makes sense. Unfortunately, this is a case-by-case situation. Here's what I would recommend. Design the main composition first, with the other potential variables in mind. For example, if your main design is an Instagram post that you'll then turn into a reel or story, then design the post first, keeping in mind that you'll need to reconfigure the elements quite a lot. Once you've got your main design, then you should determine which elements are essential that, if removed, won't make sense or connect with the main design. If you want to learn more about design composition, DM me or let me know in the comments, and I might make a whole other video on the topic. Number three, can you share Canva files? More specifically, people ask, can Canva post to Instagram? Can you schedule to Instagram? And what other platforms can you share to? Canva is constantly improving, so that means their interface also changes and evolves. You might be watching this and some of the things I've shown you might have changed. Hopefully not too much that you can't find the functions that we talked about today. There should be a big share button at the top right corner. If you click on that, you get all the options to share your design in a few ways. Depending on the type of design you've got open, some of the share buttons may vary. You can share directly to people by using their email. This is useful if you're looking to share with your team or your client. You can create a link that you can then send to people. Use this if you want to send your design to a lot of people for review or others to edit. Present means you can send an uneditable version that people can see on their own. There's also the present and record function, which will take you to Canva's recording studio where you can set up a webcam and present your design. Use this if you want to pitch to clients or present and teach to your audience. View-only link means you can send the design to anyone without them making any changes. People will be able to react and give simple feedback. The download function lets you export the design file in a few formats. Canva will usually recommend the best format to download the file as. We'll come back to this in a little bit. The Share on Social function gives you the ability to export your design directly onto specific platforms like Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and TikTok. You'll need to connect the platform before you can post on it, so make sure you've got your login details handy. The other thing you can do is schedule your design to be posted on specific platforms. Again, you'll need to connect the platform first. Note there are a few setbacks to scheduling from Canva. Mainly that you can't tag connections or other users that you'd normally be able to if you were to post on the platform directly. You also can't use location tags or alt tags for your images, at least not yet. If you're liking this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your mates, and I'll keep making more. Number 4. Can you convert Canva to other formats? More specifically, can you convert Canva to PDF or as a PowerPoint presentation? Yes you can. Going back to the Share button, go down to More, and you'll see all the options available. You can even see the sharing options we looked at just before. To convert your design into a PowerPoint presentation, scroll down to Save, and you'll see Microsoft PowerPoint. Then just hit Download, and Canva will do the rest. One major thing to note is that the conversion might not necessarily work out the way you'd like it, especially when it comes to fonts. If the font you're using isn't PowerPoint friendly, then you're going to have some pretty weird formatting issues. If this is the case, I would recommend sticking to using very simple fonts that you know are available to you in PowerPoint. Otherwise, you'll have to spend the time tweaking your fonts, and that's a big pain in the ass. To convert your design into a PDF, there's actually a few ways to do this. The easiest is to hit Share, Download, File Type. Here you'll see there's 2 PDF options. If you're needing to print the PDF, then choose the high-res version. Otherwise, for most online situations, the standard PDF is good enough, especially if you need to email your PDF and you need to keep it as small a file as possible. Last but not least, number 5, how to save designs. Remember when you forgot to save a few hours worth of work? Yeah, the pain is real, man. But worry not, Canva's got your back. As with most new technology, autosave is your best friend. This little cloud means your design is saved. If it's got 3 dots, it's saving. A tick means you're good to go. As long as you're connected to the internet or you're using the Canva app directly on your computer, Canva will automatically save your design. The only other thing I'd recommend is keeping your designs organized with folders. The more designs you do, the more cluttered your Canva homepage and dashboard might get. In your Projects tab, create folders as needed. Then, when dealing with your designs, you can move them to the relevant folder. There is one other question when it comes to saving your Canva files, and that's how to save a design without the watermarks. You're actually getting watermarks because you're using a premium asset, as in a photo, video, animation, sticker, element, template that needs to be paid for. Unless you have Canva Pro or you pay for these assets when exporting your design, then the watermarks will remain, and so they should. The artists that created these need to get paid for the work, so don't be dodgy, don't steal, do the right thing. The easy fix is to just go pro. If you're considering whether Canva Pro is worth it, I go into this in detail in this video. I hope this covers a few of the supposedly simple questions on Canva. Do you guys have any other questions? Maybe they're simple, maybe they're a bit more advanced. Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe, hit the bell icon, and thanks for watching.